One of the things that's helped me, because I've been through a lot of physical suffering, is to realize that my physical body belongs to the Lord. It's God's stuff. The things that I own, that you would argue the things that someone owns, they have the right to do with their thing,
Of course.
what they want to do.
Yep.
So
It belongs to you. You can do whatever.
In sort of, oh wait, what are you doing to me? It's, oh, you have the right to do with me whatever you choose.
Yeah.
Because I'm yours.
Yeah.
I'm your stuff. And that's enormously helpful. Now, again, I know this God is righteous in every way. I know he's faithful in every way. I know he's good in every way. So he's got good reasons for bringing those things to my life. But the doctrine of creation is what we're talking about, even alters the way you experience your suffering.
Yeah.
Because ownership is so important to recognize.
Yeah. I'm reminded of 2 Corinthians chapter 1, which I recently came across through a friend who pointed out to me. Verses 8 through 9 says, "For we do not want you to be ignorant, brothers, of the affliction," so suffering there, "we experienced in Asia. For we were so utterly burdened beyond our strength that we despaired of life itself." We wanted to die, is basically what he says. "Indeed, we felt that we had received the sentence of death, period. But that was to make us rely not on ourselves, but on God who raises the dead." And it goes on from there about being delivered. But these are people, so this is Paul writing, and he was at a point in his life with other people that they despaired of life itself. I wanted to die. Now, I've thought that several times. I know you've thought that too when you were racked with pain, when your kidneys were failing. There's been times when I've had such intense nerve pain that I've literally dropped what's in my hands and screamed out loud and scared my children. And in that moment, I've been like, sometimes it would just be better if I just if it just ended it all, if I just died. But that was to make us not rely on ourselves, but on God, to point us to something that helps us to see that life is not about me. It's not about my struggles and my sorrows. It's also not about my pleasures and my happiness. It's about him, and he can do whatever he wants with me, under the banner that he is loving and he is good. Therefore, I can trust him.
So let's talk about why Paul is being transparent there. He's using himself as an illustration of a principle in the beginning of the passage. And the principle is, you not only don't own your pleasure, you don't own your own suffering.
Yeah.
Starts out by saying, if we suffer, it's for your sake. So God owns your suffering. He wants to do something in you and through you, through your suffering. I mean, isn't it too often we'll permit people their most self-oriented moments because we say they're going through a hard time.
Yeah. It's okay. They're being a jerk right now because they're going through a hard time.
Well, Paul's not giving that permission. He's saying, hey, don't you realize that God owns this too? Even those things that you don't want in your life, God owns those because he wants to use those for a higher purpose than the pleasure that you'd rather have.
Yeah. And that's, when you think about that, it could be one of two things. It could be exhausting, because then you think, oh, I'm being monitored all the time, and I have to have the right perspective and the right attitude about things. And it could be incredibly liberating, which is, of course, where we want to go, because we know that all of this is under his control. All of this is for him, in him, through him, for him. And when we mess up, when we don't have the right perspective, when we are being selfish, there is grace.